Hey traders, welcome to this week's Forex watch list on the weekly. So we'll make this one pretty quick. So let's look at Aussie CAD first of all. Reason being is a nice head and shoulders type formation occurring right now on the weekly, and we can see it's overbought on the RSI. Every time it's been in overbought territory in the recent past, it has sold off with substantial strength. So we may see some nice selling pressure here, possibly down to the 99 area. Nice key area being rejected. Overall, the Aussie on the 5 pairs on our watch list are very weak. So let's move on to the next one. Aussie Swiss, same thing. If you look at recent videos we've done on this pair, see we were keeping an eye on this one mainly as a bearish sort of pattern. It did break above that, and it's sort of went off our bearish list. Now it's back into it, so we are bearish on it again. On the daily, you can see lower highs, lower lows forming around this area. And last week's bearish engulfing candle is breaking back into the pattern itself, which is quite interesting for us. Next is Aussie Yen. Again, showing the weakness of the Aussie. Currently in a risk-off environment, so the yen powers up, and the Aussie also sells off in those types of environments. So this one is a good sort of proxy trade whenever there's weakness in the global markets. So we'll keep an eye on Aussie Yen, and let's move on to the next one, Aussie Kiwi. This one shows how weak the Aussie actually is against all other currencies, and this one is quite weak. Last week we seen a nice bearish engulfing gain. This is the same theme across all Aussie pairs this week. So this one isn't quite as clean or anything. We don't really see a nice key line. You could argue 1.1 is obviously the next one, which it did reject technically along with the 200 EMA, but it's not really one that's we're looking for a trade on. But the next best one is Pound Aussie. Last week we wrote on our blog post we were having a long bias in this one, and as you can see, the reasons being is a quite long-term trend line pointing up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sort of rejections here. So this week we're looking for any pullbacks to potentially get long on this market. So just to conclude, we are short biased on Aussie, and that signifies the weakest for this week. Pound Aussie potentially being the strongest one, so this one we may look for longs on intradays and the dailies and whatever. So hopefully this was of some help to you, and we shall see you next week. Thanks very much. Bye.